What's up, everybody? Chicago Gooner here, bringing you another Arsenal talk. Well, another loss at home, another loss, and we are out of another competition, and we'll be out of another competition on Wednesday as well when we get our asses kicked again by Barcelona. And another pathetic display from Arsenal, especially in the second half. The first half they look good, but come out the second half they look like shit. Just go over a couple stats here. 20 total shots, only 4 on target. That's awesome. 7 corner kicks, which absolutely resulted in absolutely fucking nothing. 71% possession resulted in fucking nothing. 29% for Watford, 2 goals. Yeah, just, what a fucking joke of a display. Um, I don't even know what to say. It's, uh, it's really nothing you really want to even talk about, but I will a little bit here. First half, we seem like I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. This is just, it's just fucked. It really is just fucked. But first half looked like we were lively. We were moving the ball around decently, creating chances. You know, Ozil really took a little while to get into the game, but once he did, about around like the 20th minute, we were really creating a lot of chances for ourselves. That nutmeg he had against Ake was just ridiculous. The ball skill that he has, and the dribble moves and everything. It was just a sick nutmeg that he had. Joel Campbell was active as well. Made few nice passes. Um, you know, the offside call against Giroud, that was probably his only highlight of the fucking game. He was barely offside, maybe by like a fingernail. Um, it was a tough call just because Giroud was the first person that the linesman could see, and then of course the Watford guy was almost right in line with him. But maybe Giroud's just like too big of a dude for the linesman to really see if he's in line. But at least on the replay, it did actually look like he was offside just by a fingernail. Um, of course, other than that, he was a statue the entire game. He wanted to fall down instead of and trying to create fouls. That's all he was basically doing. Wasn't doing much else. Um, I mean, worthless. Honestly, just worthless. Most of the game. Um, had a free header in the second half on a corner. Free header. And like I said in my part two about the players, most of the time he gets a free header, it's over the bar. And what do he do? Over the bar, free header. No one else was around him. A free fucking header, and he couldn't even put it on target. But everybody says that he's a great header of the ball, and again, just don't fucking see it. Um, I heard early before the game even started that Welbeck had a little knee injury. Um, I guess maybe like a bruise during training during the week, and uh, he just got back to training yesterday. But at the same time, uh, you got to start that guy from this point forward. You cannot start Giroud anymore. He doesn't offer anything. He's a statue. Um, he just works better with Mesut Ozil. He just does. He offers that pace. He still offers the strength. He still offers the aerial game. Maybe not the greatest finisher yet, but at the same time, he just offers more. Once Welbeck got into the game, Watford could not handle him. He was making great runs. Him and Ozil were playing off each other. That goal, that that back heel pass, it's like they've been playing together for years. But in reality, they've only been playing together for less than a year, just because of Welbeck's injury that kept him out most of the season. and the last part, like last month and a half of last season. But just to make an example, which I didn't in the players last season, Mesut Ozil barely played at the 10 in the first half of the season, but he played twice, 2 games in a row, and Danny Welbeck was the striker. It was Galatasaray where Danny Welbeck scored a hat trick, and then the game afterwards when they played at Aston Villa. And of course, what happened in that game too? Well, Ozil assisted one of the 3 goals that Danny Welbeck had that night, and then also Ozil and Welbeck connected. Both each got a goal and assist. They both assisted each other that day too. And Ozil was at the number 10 both games. But then, of course, after that game, they put Ozil back on the left side, and then Danny Welbeck is still up top. But then again, we don't have a number 10, a proper number 10 to really deal him the ball and create those great chances. Same thing. You've seen it already when Welbeck has come back already, and the different things that he can do, the better things he can do while he's at the striker position and Ozil's at the number 10. He just offers that more pace, even more power. He has skill on the ball that Drew just doesn't have. And, I know people want to uh, give him shit because he had a chance to tie up the game. Um, but he did rush it. He was leaning back. I think once he made that turn, he saw a Watford player coming from his right, and he felt he needed to really get the ball away as soon as possible. And it was rushed. He was leaning back as he was kicking the ball, and of course it just went wide. Obviously if he gave himself another half a second, it'd probably be in back of the net. But at the same time, we wouldn't have been in that situation if it wasn't for Danny Welbeck scoring that first goal. So trying to give him flack for that, obviously people will still, you know, I'll give him a little flack. You need to take another half a second, uh, you know, to give yourself to get composed and get a clear shot on goal and try to knock it in the back of the net to get that equalizer. But again, if it wasn't for him coming on, it took too long for him to come on. After 10 minutes, even after the first half, I was just, please get him on the pitch because he just offers more. Giroud wasn't doing anything. Second half starts, he's, you know, rolling around on the ground. He's going down too easily. He's trying to create these fouls that just weren't happening, and it's just a joke. It really is. When you're more concerned of trying to create a foul and passing the ball instead of actually shooting the ball, well, nothing much is going to happen because Andre Mariner was not calling anything that fucking game at all. Sanchez was getting raped in the first half and nothing was called. Ozil got raped a couple times when nothing was called. He wasn't going to call anything. Um, Gabriel, first half, he was lucky to stay on the pitch. He should have been red carded on that challenge on Danani. He should have been sent off. Both studs were up, uh, both feet were off the ground, and he should have been yellow carded too. Shortly after that, he made a challenge um, later on down the pitch when Watford was trying to go on the break, and he made a really rough challenge. He should have got a yellow card for that, but he didn't get carded for any of. Did he get a yellow card? I don't even know. I don't think he did because let's see here. I think Ozil is the only one that was yellow carded for Arsenal in that game, and yep, yeah, he didn't even get a card for any of those challenges. So if he was going to get carded for any of those challenges, Mariner was going to call anything for the entire fucking game. And again, the substitutions were wrong again for the umpteenth time. You take out Joel Campbell, who was active again, making good passes again, and you take him out for fucking Theo Walcott, who was lazy as fuck once again and doesn't offer anything, can't dribble, can't really do nothing. But you take Joel Campbell off. Iwobi, Welbeck, that was the right call to bring them in. To take Joel Campbell out though, uh, Just stupidity. And then you take El Nani off. You need better passers on the pitch. You know, leaving Cockblock on, he was passing good today. Obviously he made some key tackles near the end of the game to keep possession for us and everything like that. But at the same time, when you need passers on the pitch, he's obviously a better passer of the ball than Cockblock is. He still takes him off. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. His substitutions have been shitty for the last probably 5 or 6 years. He makes them too late. He makes the wrong decisions. Uh, it's just it's beyond frustration now. It's beyond anything. You know, all these Wengerin people. Good luck. Keep defending him. Keep defending that businessman, because it's not going to get you anywhere. You look like a fool. You absolutely look like a fucking fool for still defending this guy and say you still want him to be the manager. Because, like I said, he's a businessman. We need a football manager. We need a football manager who's going to notice these uh, flaws, imperfections, when the game it just isn't going well, when players aren't playing well, like a Olivier Giroud, who probably should have never made it into the second half. When you have a guy that's more active, more hungry, has a better work rate, who's going to look like he's actually going to be trying, and Danny Welbeck, and you just do not put him on. It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, he sits on the fucking bench. It was 60th minute, 70th minute. They kept showing him. They kept showing pictures, steals, shots of him sitting on the bench, sitting on the bench, even after 1-0, sitting on the bench, sitting on the bench, 2-0, sitting on the bench, sitting on the fucking bench. 85th minute, he's still sitting on the fucking bench. He didn't get up off the bench until the 89th minute. That's the manager. That is your manager that you love so much, that you want at this club. Other than Louis Van Gaal, who never leaves the fucking bench, why would you want that as your manager? Why? Down 2-0, doesn't get up until the 89th minute to actually start shouting out commands when the players needed it way before then. Fuck, they showed him in the 48th minute, sitting on the bench already. Start of the second half, he's sitting on the bench already. That's your manager. Not my manager, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of his antics. I'm sick of his not looking like he even gives a shit. Because that's what managers do. They just go sit on the bench if they don't give a shit. Instead of letting their players drown time and time again. And as far as the substitutions go, too, why do you keep Alexis Sanchez on the pitch? He wasn't playing all that well today. Why does he stay on the pitch? But you still take Joel Campbell off, who's a little bit more active, who has a little bit more control of the ball, who is passing better as well. It just, all these decisions is not from a real football manager. It's from something else. It's from beyond this world. It's like, uh, it's like he doesn't know football at all. But these people will continue and continue and continue to try to defend him. How can you defend that? Still, from this whole week on, from the time that banner came out until today, I still have not heard a single logical excuse to keep him here at the club. And again, like I said, it's sad. It really is. Because he's done a lot for this club. But he's destroying it by staying on. He should have retired 2 years ago, but he didn't. Probably should have retired after last year too, but didn't. And of course, you had Stan Kroenke at some type of conference this week saying that he didn't buy Arsenal to win championships. Yeah, that's. Thank you, whoever sold your shares to that motherfucker. Thank you. Because I'm sure he told those people, well, if you sell me your shares, I will reignite this club and bring it back to greatness. I'm sure he told those people that. But now he's coming out years later saying, I didn't buy Arsenal to win championships. Basically saying that he does not give a shit. That's your owner, that's your manager. And the way he acts and the way he acts on the bench, the way he acts in press conferences, his player selection, uh, yeah, that's it's not a manager anymore. The owner is a businessman. The vice president, the executive vice president, Ivan Gazidis, is a businessman. Your manager is a businessman. Good luck with that. Because it's impossible now to even defend that. You know, that player meeting, wow, that did fucking wonders, didn't it? As Theo Walcott says, "Oh, we cleared the air about what? That you're going to continue to play lazy? Oh, don't worry, guys. I'm going to continue to play lazy, and if I get on the pitch, I'm just going to kind of like jog around and not do anything. And when I dribble the ball, I'm going to lose it, and that's all I want to say." Again, 71% possession. Against teams like this, and I've said this all last season, when you play against a team who's going to fucking park the bus, you play a 4-4-2 because it takes away both center halves. You can still have one fullback bombing forward. You'll still have the wingers being dangerous and helping Ozil retain possession and trying to make passes or even crosses into the box. That was another one. They try to blame the commentators try to blame Cullum Chambers early in the game for making a cross. It was a low cross into the box, and they try to blame him, saying that there was too much speed on it. No, it wasn't his fault. It was the striker's fault. It was Olivier Giroud's fault for not recognizing what Cullum Chambers was going to do and not haul ass to the near post. That should have been a goal. Olivier Giroud had another opportunity in the second half as well, and his little flicks. Again, I don't know why you try to do headers and flicks upwards to a tall ass goalkeeper like Panteleimon. Doesn't make any sense. You give him the advantage. When there's a tall fucking goalkeeper like that, you go to the ground as much as possible. What does he do? He tries to flick up. He tries to do a header up. You give him the advantage because that's what he wants. You keep it low to the ground. Those guys are slow, especially that guy. He has no reflexes when it's down low to the ground. None. He's slow as hell. That's why City didn't want to keep him on. But yet, all of it's up top. How did Welbeck finish? Down low. It was a low finish. Not a high finish, a low finish. But yet, for some reason, fucking Olivier Giroud continues to get the start. Again, again, just because you scored 2 goals in a game doesn't mean you played well. But again, he starts the game at striker. Just because Danny Welbeck misses a couple days of training, you don't start him? It doesn't make any sense. He's just better off as our striker right now. Again, for the rest of the game, I mean, the dude was just a statue. Falling down, ridiculous. Some bright spots. I like what I saw from Iwobi. He should be starting in front of Theo Walcott, too. Again, he gives you a lot more energy than a Theo Walcott. I can't see after this season how you keep that guy on either. How that guy is not shuffled out the door at the end of the season. He's playing like it too. He's playing like he wants to leave. And if that's not identified after the season, if fucking Wenger is still the fucking manager, I mean, the clown has lost it. You know, like I said, he's a sideshow freak. He's a fucking clown. That's all he is. And none of these Wengerin people, good luck, dude. Good luck trying to defend him after this. Because current form, I mean, we have no form. You know, even after we play Barcelona, we have to go to Everton. Guess who we play afterwards? I think when we come back from the international break, and we gotta fucking play Watford again. They're gonna have all the confidence in the world that they can come to our place and beat us again. This is the first time since 2002 that we've lost 3 consecutive home games. We've been shit at home this entire season. And again, my complaints when talking about the fan portion of my recent Arsenal Football Company series, the atmosphere sucked again. Watford fans were out singing them right in the beginning of the game. There was what, like 9,000. It was like when we went to Old Trafford last season in the FA Cup quarterfinal. We were out singing the United fans, but now we're getting outsung by Watford fans. What a fucking joke, man. Seriously. You pay all that money to do nothing. You pay all that money just to sit there. And probably most of them just don't even fucking watch the game. They're probably just talking amongst themselves and shit. I mean, that's what people fucking probably do most of the time. It's just a joke. Those Arsenal fans who go to that game should be embarrassed of themselves. But yet, they will try to question other people's fanhood. Well, you're not a real Arsenal fan. Well, you're not either because you just fucking sit there on your hands all fucking game for 90 minutes and not doing anything. It took us to score the for the Emirates to finally fucking erupt. It's a joke, man. They're allowed portions of the game, but nothing. You know, it's just a joke. It's a club currently in chaos. And using off however you pronounce his name, please use your billions of fucking dollars that you fucking have and please buy out Cronky. Please, 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 please. Because I would not doubt if he took control over Arsenal tomorrow, he would tell Arsene Wenger, "You're resigning at the end of the season. Have a nice day." And on top of that, he'll bring someone in and he'll probably spend a minimum of 100 million pounds in the summertime. And again, it goes back to my fans thing too when I talked about spending 60 million pounds on a player you don't think it would help strengthen the side and make us better. Yeah, good luck with that logic too. Because again, we do not have enough difference makers and finishers on the pitch. And that's what Arsenal needs the most is finishers. And again, Ozil must be sitting. I mean, he played his ass off today. Even tracked back a bunch of times too, defensively. That guy must be thinking, I'm fucking out of here, dude. He's going to be playing in the Euros this summer with Germany. I wouldn't doubt if some of those Bayern Munich players would say, "Hey, dude, come over to us. Hand in your transfer papers and come over to us." Because that happens, no one will be able to defend Wenger then, ever. That dude must be thinking, Jesus, dude, I'm like wasting my career, wasting my energy on this shit. feel sorry for the guy, man. Really do. Really do feel sorry for him because he was out there busting his ass for the majority of the game, and just no one with him, man. It didn't, things didn't liven up until Welbeck came onto the pitch. Iwobi came onto the pitch. Those two guys injected so much energy into the Arsenal side. And it's shocking that those guys do not get to start from the get go. Iwobi even had a great game against Hull City. Why wasn't he, you know, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like done with it. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of done with it. I just don't know what else to say. And I'm just gonna end it here because I'm just extremely pissed off. This is one of these times where even talking about it is not gonna even make me feel better because this is beyond the frustration. This is another time waking up early, hardly getting any sleep because I'm kind of like excited for the game, thinking that this Arsenal side's gonna come out and just, you know, be Arsenal for once again. It's been a long ass time since we've actually seen them. It takes Leicester to go down to 10 men for us to actually fucking win a game. It takes Hull City to make a fucking mistake for us to win a game. Yeah, I can't wait to. I don't even know if I want to view into it, but yeah, I want to see Robbie's reaction on Arsenal fan TV after this fucking loss. Is he all happy? Is he acting like we just won the FA Cup or the Champions League this time? Fucking joke, man. Really is. I want to. Some of those fucking fans. Yeah, I want to see what their excuses are going to be for Wenger this time. I want to see I just want to. I want to see some of these podcasts too. I just want to see the pathetic excuses they try to make game after game now for this guy, because those are the real fucking idiots of this club. Those are the real fucking supporters that are just morons that can't see the basics. But again, I'm done. Um, yeah. My next Arsenal talk probably won't be. I don't know. Maybe if something happens this week, but it probably won't be until next weekend. No sense of talking about the Barcelona game because it's just going to be an ass kicking. Regardless, they could probably put out their B side and still kick our ass. So, yeah, probably won't be until next week. And yeah, have a good one.